What happened back there?
I don't care.
Hey, I've got an idea. Let's rock talk.
Hi everybody, this is Lord Magicus, and today we need to talk about COVID. Why am I doing this today instead of weeks ago or even months ago when I could have? Well, this is something I've thought about for a while, and I really didn't want to do this, but there are two main reasons why I'm choosing to do this now. So, first of which, in a few weeks, we're going to see the release of Double Masters. And you know what? If you're like me, you've been watching the spoiler season for this set, and to be perfectly honest, Double Masters looks like a fantastic set. It has tons of great reprints. It's probably going to be the single best master set, the single best set in Magic's history for reprints. So, even with the price, it still ends up working out that the cost of the rares is probably going to go down significantly for a lot of the stuff that's in this set. All right, it's going to be fun, and it looks like it's going to be really fun to draft it. And you know what? When it comes out, I am looking forward to drafting it. But when it finally does release, I'm not going to be drafting it. At least not at a local game store, and neither should you. And here's why. We need to be socially distant right now, and as enticing as it's going to be to go to a game store to play a Friday Night Magic so you can draft Double Masters, it is not safe to do so. Okay? Look, I'm wearing a mask right now, and wearing a mask is one of the things you can do to help it, but there is no amount of mask wearing or procedures that you can take that is going to help you be socially distant and protected against coronavirus when you and a bunch of other people are sharing a small space for 4 to 5 hours in a row, alright? It does not work that way. So, what I did is, you should still support your local game store, so I bought a box, and I'm going to draft it at a later date when it is safe to do so. But, as of right now, do not go and play. I know it's tempting. Believe me, I own a deck that costs $3,000 to $4,000 because of all the expensive foils in it. If anybody wants to play Paper Magic, believe me, it's me. The whole point of owning the shiny foils is so that everybody gets to see them, and it's fun to hold them and play with them, but not in person. Okay, you cannot be out going to a game store to play these kind of events right now. It is just not safe. Okay. A lot of game stores, they realize that it's not safe, and they just are not running events right now. And you know what? I have the utmost respect to them. I know it's really tough on game stores all over the place now. Coronavirus has really ruined the business for a lot of them. To be honest, there's a significant threat that many of them might end up going out of business because of it. It's certainly a serious threat that they have to be concerned about, and I'm sure that it's going to happen to some, but opening up the F&Ms and running Magic events right now is just, it is not the way. It is not safe for them. It is not safe for you. So please, I know you might be tempted to do this because Double Masters looks awesome, but my advice is that you should buy sealed Double Masters and just save it for later and draft once it is safe to do so. And it's probably not going to be for quite a while. But the set looks like it's going to be really fun. So I am buying some now, and I'm just going to wait for a little while. Well, not even a little while. I'm going to be waiting till probably there's a vaccine available. So it's probably going to be some time before we see a return to paper drafts. But you cannot socially be distant from a person that you're drafting with across the table from you, alright? Look, I live somewhat close to New York City, alright? I am over in Pennsylvania, on the eastern side of it. I am in a very dangerous area of the country as far as COVID's concerned. And it is, the governor issued an order. It's mandatory that everybody here wears a mask. You know what? Half the people don't wear the mask correctly. It is mandated to do it, and we still can't do it correctly. Now, I hope that this doesn't apply to any of the people watching this, and I'm sure if you're watching my video, then you are an excellent Magic player, and you absolutely respect social hygiene and everything like that. but you know exactly what I am talking about when I utter the words, hygiene issue. Everybody has, everybody knows the people that I'm talking about, and it's likely that there are even some names from your own area that might come to mind when we're talking about people and hygiene issues with Magic. It's something that, we need to kind of deal with and accept that it's an area that a lot of Magic players can improve upon. We've seen it before with stuff like Crackgate, like there's not a whole lot of awareness for that sort of thing, and it's a problem. It's not even unique to Magic. I think just a lot of these sort of hobbies in general that are related to it, D&D, like board gaming and stuff, like it attracts a certain kind of person, and sometimes it might be difficult to remember to take a shower or wear deodorant or whatnot. Like, some people are not the most hygienic and need to be reminded of that, and keep this in mind in a situation where a communicable disease is very, very easy to spread. There's a very good chance that some of these people are the people you might be drafting against. Is this really what you want to leave your fate up to? Do you really want to catch coronavirus, go into a local game store, and drafting against people who do not take hygiene seriously? It was a problem before COVID, and I am sure that it would continue to be a problem after. I see no reason why magically all of a sudden that stereotype is going to change. Now, like I said, a lot of people do take it seriously, and that's very good, but it's just never gonna, that's not gonna go away magically just because we want it to. So you have to keep that kind of stuff in mind. And again, like, if somebody is carrying it and they don't know it, do you really want them like handling your expensive Magic cards, just shuffling your deck and for hours on end? Like, you don't want it. You don't want that to happen. That'd be insane. I can't imagine handing my like $3,000 to $4,000 foil deck to somebody who is sick with coronavirus, and then I'm taking it back home with me. That's crazy. It's not remotely acceptable in that. Like, that is a risk you can't take. All right, it's to your stuff and to you. You don't want your stuff infected with it, and you don't want to get infected with it, and you don't want to infect other people with it. You might have it now and not know about it. All right. And there is, like I said, no way that a local game store is going to implement some policy that is going to protect you and its patrons from it over the course of like 4 hours. All right? Which leads me to the second reason that I'm talking about this today. So, we saw the news yesterday. Major League Baseball started their opening day, so they want to do a season of baseball. It's only like 60 games or whatever over the course of the summer. And it's honestly, it was a questionable idea to a lot of people whether should be running sports in the middle of a pandemic. But they decided that they came up with a list of procedures that they were going to implement. Mandatory testing, symptom checking multiple times throughout the games. And their opening day was on Thursday, and since Friday, the Marlins had 17 players test positive. Now, what I want to ask you, do you think that your local game store is going to have any sort of policy or procedure that is going to protect you from coronavirus better than what MLB is doing for its millionaire players and its millions and millions of dollars of business that it's trying to protect? No, there is no way. So you have to understand, if it can happen there, it is definitely going to happen elsewhere. So you have to understand the risk can't go away like that. With all the resources in the world, they couldn't stop it. So it's insane to think that your gaming store could either. Alright? Now, you may have noticed I've been wearing a mask this whole time, and you want to know why? because we apparently, and I'm talking very much about people in the United States. I know most of the rest of the world has been doing much better with this than we have, but in the US, for some reason, we seem to have a problem with wearing the masks correctly. There are a number of people that either don't understand how they work and don't want to, they have misconceptions about whether they hurt you or not. So let's clear this up, all right? I want to show you something. If you don't understand the purpose of a mask, we're going to look at it right now. When nobody is wearing a mask, you are breathing the corona particles. They're going to hit the other person, all right? Now, if wearing a mask yourself, it protects you a little bit from it, but that's not really the purpose. The purpose is that when the other person is wearing a mask, you are protected from them. And when it's you, this person is protected from you. And even more so when both people are wearing a mask and they're 6 feet apart. So the whole idea here, all right, the whole idea is that when both people are wearing a mask, they are protecting each other from each other. The mask is not meant to protect you from other people. It's meant to protect other people from you. And in the United States, we have a serious problem with giving a shit about other people besides ourselves. I don't know what it is. I'm sure that most of you watching are not the people I'm talking about, because I believe in my heart that if you are watching this right now, it's because you care about the other people in your life and you want to see them do well, and that you're willing to help them by doing something as simple as wearing a mask correctly. Alright, let's go back to this for 1 sec. Notice how this person is wearing a mask. It is covering their nose and it is covering their mouth. If you are wearing a mask and it is not covering your nose, then you are functionally not wearing a mask. Okay? You have to wear it correctly. The mask is not going to prevent you from breathing correctly. Alright? I have been wearing a mask this whole time. You can understand me just fine. It is not restricting my breathing in any way whatsoever. It's not super uncomfortable or anything. In fact, this mask I bought on eBay for $18 plus shipping. It does not fog my glasses. It has filters that can be replaced in it. It's fine. There are tons of options for you to find one that you can like. Alright? There's really no excuse not to wear one. Now, if for some reason, after hearing everything that I've just said about how wearing a mask will protect other people and keep them from getting one of the most deadly diseases that we've faced in our entire lifetime, a disease that is one of the most prolific that we have seen in 100 years. This is comparable to, what happened with Spanish flu. And it's very deadly. It's many, many times more deadly than the flu. Wearing the mask helps you protect other people from yourself. If after hearing all of that, you are not willing to wear a mask and care about the value of other people's lives because it's too much of a discomfort to you, then please get the fuck off of my channel. Thank you. There is no place for you here if you cannot do that one simple thing and care about the people around you. This is a place for people to care about each other and be kind and help each other, and I am sure that all the people that are subscribed to me that will watch this will be willing to do that one simple thing. I have faith in you all, and I know that you want to keep yourself safe so that you can help keep other people safe. We need to slow the spread of this, and there are going to be a lot of temptations to do things that are going to increase the spread of it, and one of them, drafting double masters. Like I said, I want to do it very badly. I would love to play Paper Magic again, but it is not the time to do that, okay? You can support your local game stores without playing Paper Magic there and exposing yourself and other people to the coronavirus. So, until it is time when, vaccines have been developed and we have, the spread of it under control, we're just going to have to continue to make do with the options we have. We have Arena and MTGO, and we can even play paper over a webcam. But absolutely, you cannot go in a store and play with people for 4 hours. There is no safe way to do that. So please, I implore you, I beg with every ounce of my being, please just don't do it. Okay? Buy a box of Double Masters to help support them and save it so you can draft it at a later date. Alright, if we can do that, we can get through this. And we don't have to miss out on one of what looks like one of the best draft opportunities that Wizards has given us so far. So that is all I have to say. So I hope everybody has found this helpful and informative in their lives, and that you will use this to help make good decisions. Thank you.
Yeah, that was good rock talk.